Hi, I'm Sam with jbugs.com. Our last few videos have all been in preparation for this moment. We're done tearing down most of the parts from the body of our 1971 Super Beetle, and we're finally ready to unbolt the body from the pan. We shouldn't have to mention it by now, but save all the hardware until the car is done. We start with the car sitting up on jack stands at all four corners. Then at the trunk, at the back of the spare tire well, the two plastic caps are popped off, and the two bolts underneath them are unthreaded and removed. Inside the car at the front firewall, the two bolts going to the tunnel are unthreaded. Then at the rear floor pan cross members, the two bolts at either side are unthreaded as well. Outside the car, and either rear fender well, the bolts at the left and right shock towers are unthreaded. Then we move underneath the car to the front of the floor pans. The two bolts at either side are unthreaded. The bolts on both sides of our car require the use of a cheater bar, and both of the outer bolts actually snap during removal. Both inner bolts come out completely, but show signs of corrosion. Once the body is off, we'll have to replace both nut plates in the body. Just another repair we'll add to the list. The bolts along the side of each floor pan are removed. There are 9 per side. And on the passenger side, there's a metal vacuum line that is held in place with the bolts and reinforcement washers. It can be removed once all the bolts are unthreaded. At the very front of the pan, just behind the sway bar mount, there are 2 more bolts, one on either side which are removed. And once they are, the front of the car can be lifted up and off the chassis to break the pan-to-body seal. Then, with the help of an assistant, the body can be lifted up off the pan completely. We hope you've enjoyed this teardown process, which isn't quite done yet, but pulling the body is a major milestone in our restoration. Next, we'll get to the teardown of our chassis, but that will be in upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. Make sure to click the like button below, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and when you need parts for your vintage Volkswagen, head over to jbugs.com.